Poppy, talk to me. What'd you see? A one-eyed goblin? A mummy in the closet? Am I gonna be famous? I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see anything. Wait, what? Then why'd you scream?
It's okay. You can tell him.
What? That we both love Justin Teether and the Singing Sirens? Okay, we do.
That's right. We do.
She told me and I was like, ah, I love him too.
She totally screamed.
Welcome to our channel. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe.
Phineas and Ferb, Haunted Hayride. On a dark and spooky Halloween night, Isabella, Buford, and Baljeet headed over to Phineas and Ferb's house. They couldn't wait to see what their friends had planned. Phineas and Ferb had transformed their backyard into a spooktacular sight. There were scary decorations, eerie music, and even a giant corn maze. "Awesome!" Isabella exclaimed. But where are Phineas and Ferb? At that moment, Phineas popped up from behind a row of cornstalks. He was holding a crystal ball. "Welcome," he said. "I predict a night of chilling surprises on our haunted hayride." Just then, Ferb drove up in a giant hay-filled wagon. "Step right up," Phineas announced. While Isabella, Baljeet, and Buford climbed aboard, Phineas and Ferb's older sister Candace poked her head out of her bedroom window. "Phineas, what's going on down there?" she yelled. But no one could hear Candace shouting over the tractor's loud engine. "Ready for the best hayride ever?" Phineas asked as they set off into the maze. "Yes!" the gang cheered. "Hey, where's Perry?" Phineas wondered, looking around for his pet platypus. Perry the platypus, aka Agent P, had very important business to attend to. He needed to get his orders from his superior officer, Major Monogram. "Dr. Doofenshmirtz is planning on making this year's Halloween the scariest that Danville has ever seen," the Major said. "You must put a stop to it." Moments later, Agent P crashed through a window into Dr. Doofenshmirtz's headquarters. "Oh, hello, Perry the platypus," the evil doctor said with a cackle. "I've been expecting you." All of a sudden, Dr. Doofenshmirtz trapped Agent P in a giant jack-o'-lantern. Then the doctor began to explain his latest plan. "As a child, the older kids in my neighborhood would always scare me on Halloween," he told Perry. "But tonight, now the tables have turned. I will be scaring everyone with my rampaging monsterinator." Agent P had to act fast. He slyly escaped from the jack-o'-lantern and charged at the wicked doctor. Just then, Dr. Doofenshmirtz's creation was accidentally switched on. The robot burst through the wall and headed toward the center of Danville. Perry was determined to stop the runaway monster. He flung a jack-o'-lantern over the evil doctor's head. Then Agent P ran out of the building. Back in the corn maze, the friends were having a blast. "This is the coolest hayride ever," Buford exclaimed. "Woo-hoo!" Phineas cheered. Suddenly, a huge sound boomed through the field. The wagon shook violently. "What was that?" Baljeet asked nervously. "I don't know," Phineas replied, looking at Ferb. "That wasn't part of our surprise." Meanwhile, Candace was desperate to bust her brothers. But as she wandered into the maze, she was getting very nervous. There were scary things everywhere. All of a sudden, a giant spider leaped out at her. She fell backward into a puddle. "Phineas!" she snarled. But Candace wasn't about to let a spider stop her from her mission. She was so determined to catch up to the hayride that she ignored a loud noise behind her. Finally, Candace turned around. "Ah!" she screamed. She started to run as soon as she saw the frightening monster. Luckily, Candace quickly found her way out of the maze. She headed toward her friend Jeremy's house. He was having a party and her parents were going to be there too. Candace had to tell them what she had just seen. When Candace arrived at the party, she banged loudly on the front door. "Mom!" she cried. "Guess what happened?" Mrs. Flynn looked at Candace and smiled. "I thought you were going to be Cleopatra for Halloween, but I like your zombie costume better," she said. But, Candace stuttered. In the maze, the friends were getting worried. The growling and crashing was growing closer and closer. "I think we should get out of here," Buford stammered. Ferb drove faster and faster. The monster roared as it trampled cornstalks. Then the twisting maze led the group into a dead end. Fortunately, this is no ordinary hayride, Ferb told the group. He hit a button and lawnmower blades and rocket engines popped out of the bottom of the tractor. "Hang on!" Phineas yelled. The friends zipped through the corn maze, but the rampaging monsterinator was quickly catching up to them. Ferb drove even faster. "It's gaining on us, Ferb!" Phineas shouted. Ferb nodded and hit another button. A pair of wings snapped out. The vehicle began to fly through the air. As the monster continued its chase, Agent P appeared. He quickly jumped on top of it. As the two struggled, the platypus noticed a dial on the creature that read, "Go home." He reached out and turned it. The monster shot through the air. It headed right for Dr. Doofenshmirtz. "Curse you, Perry the Platypus!" the evil doctor yelled. Agent P had defeated him again. Phineas and the gang had finally escaped the maze. Ferb parked the tractor and turned off the engine. "We made it," Phineas said with a sigh of relief. "But wait," Isabella cried. She pointed at the rustling corn. "Something is still chasing us." As the corn stalks parted, out stepped Perry. I guess it was Perry that was chasing us," Phineas said. "He must have been trying to catch up to the hayride all along." "Well, that was fun," Phineas exclaimed. "Who wants to go for another hayride?"
Thank you for watching our videos. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe. Here are some videos we thought you might like.